is going on, Crimson City? My name is Crimson CBAD, bringing you guys our P4G Week 1 team builder. The season is here, baby. Your Detroit Type Nulls are taking on Coach Lynx Forte and the South Florida BULUS. If you guys are excited, show some love on the like button down below. If you guys have no idea what this is, in the description of this video will be my draft analysis as well as Lynx's channel. So you guys go check him out, show him some love, check out his team builder and battle, all that fun stuff. If you're new, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We're going to talk about our team going into our Week 1 matchup, and boy, I'm just so excited, man. This is so brand new to not only myself but all the other coaches involved. I really cannot wait for this season. Hoping we do well. I love the team, and speaking of teams that I love, I do love Lynx's team. He's got a very, very threatening team, but I believe we have the squad to take it down, so we're going to talk about that right now. First up this week, hopefully our win condition is Cupcake the Turtonator. She is rocking the Gracium Z and the Shell Armor ability, Shell Smash, Flamethrower, Dragon Pulse, and Solar Beam. 92 in HP, 252 in special attack, 164 in speed with a timid nature. So let's talk a little bit about Miss Cupcake here. First off, dual stab and Z Solar Beam rips his team apart. After a Shell Smash, we just kind of start doing things to his team. We outspeed every member on his team. Absolutely, after the Shell Smash. Some things that could stop this set are a Scarf Crocodile set, and perhaps Scarf Metacham if he brings both of those, but that's dual physical Scarf to offense, which we have switches in for. So that is just something to note depending on how he plays those. But the Flamethrower hits the Magneton, Flamethrower hits the Tangela, Flamethrower hits the Anorith neutrally. The Dragon Pulse hits the Fracture. Dragon Pulse also hits the Electric, and then Gracium Z, like Flamethrower and Dragon Pulse hit everything on his team that's not called Comfy, and then Gracium Z +2 Gracium Z Solar Beam just absolutely rocks Jellicent, which is always such a problem. But I feel as though Cupcake has the potential this week. I'm hoping she does well. I really am a big fan of this set. The Shell Armor ability obviously making it so we cannot be struck by a critical hit. So all we have to really worry about is our defenses after the Shell Smash and then going from there. Really like this set. Like I said, it has a lot of potential after the smash. We are hitting, I believe, let me just double check here, 168, and the fastest Pokemon on his team is either Typhlosion or Comfy, which both hit 167, so he would need a Choice Scarfer to be able to outspeed. And I imagine he would have something like Choice Scarf Crocodile, perhaps even Choice Scarf Typhlosion or Magneton as well, just as a just because his team is so naturally slow, having only 2 Pokemon that even reach base 100 speed. So that is the plan with Miss Cupcake here. Next up, we have VIP, the Whimsicott. She is rocking the leftovers, the Prankster ability, Giga Drain, Moonblast, Cotton Guard, and Leech Seed. 252 in HP, 44 in defense, 32 in special defense, 180 in speed with a bold nature. With this, we are outspeeding a max speed Crocodile by 1 point. Dual Stab rips his team apart aside from Magneton. Absolutely. Moonblast and Giga Drain both hit the Crocodile. Giga Drain hits the Jellicent. Magneton does sit in front of this thing. Moonblast hits the Fracture. Giga Drain hits the Comfy. Giga Drain and Moonblast both hit X-Cloud. Moonblast hits the Metacham. Moonblast hits the Tangela. Typhlosion does hardwall this set. Moonblast hits the Anorith. So does Giga Drain, and Moonblast and Giga Drain both hit the Electric. So being able to Leech Seed as well, being able to wear down his team from that end is really cool. Prankster Cotton Guard is nice for the Crocodile, for the Fracture, and for the Metacham as well. This is my primary answer to Metacham, provided he does not go for a Ice Punch on the switch. We are able to Cotton Guard in front of this, and then it really can't do anything. And then we Giga Drain and Moonblast things. So if I were to look at his team right now, I would say so I've got Jellicent here. I think Magneton has to come. I think Crocodile has to come as well. I think X-Plot has to come too, as well as that. Metacham. And then maybe Typhlosion. If you were to run like dual Scarfers between Magneton and Crocodile, Jellicent, X-Cloud, Metacham, and then like I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna say Electric. That's such a good Pokemon to have, just because it's you know, less bulkier than the than its evolved form Electros, but it does have access to Eviolite. So, and with no Mold Breaker Mon on my team, this is it's a really good ring. So I can see Jellicent, Magneton, Crocodile, X-Cloud, Metacham, and Electric coming. And the only reason I say Magneton is because other than that, Whimsicott absolutely rips his team apart, which is making me think that it would have to be Scarf Magneton just to show up in front of the Whimsicott. But Next up here, let me go on ahead and make a adjustment here really quickly. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Here we go. Just so you guys can see the calcs and all that. There is that. All right, so drafting Meloetta, we do have access to both forms, and the play this week is to bring Pirouette Meloetta, the AV, Relic Song, Close Combat, Drain Punch, and Knockoff. Max HP, 24 in attack, 76 in special defense, 156 in speed with an adamant nature. With this, we outspeed his entire team. We pretty much one-shot everything. I mean, Culver Jellicent has fun in front of this thing. I think Xcloud has to come because if he doesn't have soundproof Xcloud, I freely get to click Relic Song on everything. And so if Xcloud shows up, I'll probably close combat in regular form first just for the damage. And then with the AV and my bulk that I do have in regular form, I'll be able to take Boom Bursts and stuff like that as well. Drain Punch is really nice for the recovery as well. Knockoff for removing items. Like I said, removing potential scars from things like Magneton, from things like Crocodile as well, can be very, very handy indeed. But that is the play here, being able to Relic Song in front of that thing. And we can also just be physical in front of him. Once the Xcloud goes down, then we can go for a Relic Song. And that does have the 20% chance, I believe. Yep, 20% chance to put foes to sleep with the Serene Grace. And then we just kind of go in. We can knock off things like Tangela's Eviolite if he brings it, Anorith and Electric's Eviolite. We can knock off Scarfs or Specs from Typhlosion, which is absolutely awesome. And like I said, once those Scarfers are gone, Meloetta does outspeed his entire team, which will be really, really clutch. We can also get off clutch Relic Songs depending on the Pokemon who we're up against. If we need more bulk, we can Relic Song back. If we need less bulk, we Relic Song back into our Pirouette form. Next up here, Full Metal, the Alolan Doug Trio. He is rocking the Choice Scarf, Tangling Hair, Earthquake, Iron Head, Toxic, and Stealth Rock. Max attack, 76 in defense, 180 in speed with a Jolly Nature. He literally, so his team is so slow, the fastest thing he can bring would be Comfy or Typhlosion. With a Scarf, we still outspeed those things. We outspeed literally anything he can bring with this thing, provided he doesn't have, like if he gets, like, 2 Dragon Dances up with Fracture, I don't even think, like, he outspeeds us. Let me double check here really quickly. So there's that. Nope. Yeah, we still, so Fracture has to be +2 Jolly in order to outspeed us still, but even then, we'll be able to, you know, Tangling Hair, and we've got other ways of dealing with the Fracture as well if he does get to +2, because we have our Cotton Guarding Whimsicott, but Dual Stab does wonders for his team. Earthquake hits the Crocodile, the Jellicent, the Magneton, the Fracture, the Comfy, the Xcloud, the Medicham. Iron Head hits the Tangela. Iron Head hits the Anorith for super effective damage. Iron Head hits the Electric. Earthquake hits the Typhlosion. Toxic's nice for wearing down his bulkier mons, such as the Jellicent, such as the Xcloud, such as the Tangela. That could be switch-ins to this thing. And then Stealth Rocks are really nice, because looking at his team, I didn't even talk about his team. You guys see it above me, though. I'm so excited for this. He does only have 2 rockers in the form of Crocodile and Anorith. His Rapid Spinner is Anorith, and his Defogger is Comfy. So he'll need to really plan for that, just because we do have these hazards here. I'm so excited. I completely jumped right ahead without talking about his team. Crocodile, Jellicent, Magneton, Fracture, Comfy, Xcloud, Tangela, Medicham, Typhlosion, Anorith, and Electric. So that is, you guys see the team above me, and I've been talking about it as we go as far as threats we can handle. I feel very confident going into this match, which is why I'm saying all that. But and then, like I said, being able to hazard stack is really nice against his team, just because he only has 2 forms of hazard removal, neither of which I see coming. So we'll be able to do for that. Next up here, Shisui the Frogadier with the Life Orb, Protean ability, Surf, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, and Toxic Spikes. 12 in defense, 252 special attack, 20 in special defense, 220 in speed with the Timid Nature. You guys can see we have 4 EVs on the board, and I'll explain that here in a second. But the 220 in speed for the Timid Nature guarantees we outspeed the Crocodile. Comfy, we do not outspeed, but not too worried about that. And then the Typhlosion, I really don't feel like I need to outspeed either, basically because we can't outspeed either of them. So that's why we're going with the Life Orb set. The 4, you know, some people could be saying, you know, why don't you put the 4 in HP just to get the more bulk? With Life Orb, it is going to do 10%, and 10% in Pokemon's mind of 129 of our HP stat is 12. If I rock the 130, or even if I bring it up to 131, 133, something like that, the Life Orb will be doing 13. The 2 points in HP don't matter in any calculation, whereas I can get less Life Orb damage done to myself from that. So Surf absolutely hits everything on his team. It hits the Crocodile, hits the Anorith for good damage, hits the Typhlosion as well. Dark Pulse hits the Jellicent, Ice Beam hits the Gosh Diggity Darn Fracture, just does really, really good damage output. Life Orb Protean is so good. And then the Toxic Spikes. He does not have a poison type on his team, so being able to get up some Toxic Spikes and some rocks are really going to start wearing him down. Being able to let something like Turtonator, being able to let something like Meloetta, even, you know, potentially, like I said, Whimsicott. Whimsicott can also put in a lot of work. Even depending on whatever his mons have left, even Choice Scarf Dugtrio could put in a lot of work this week. Even Frogadier. Once T-Spikes and Rocks are up, Frogadier might just start coming in and just start one-shotting everything. So I really, really do like Frogadier this week. I think Shisui is going to put in an absolute ton of work. Last but not least, we gotta rep the mascot, baby. Babylon is coming this week with the Ground Memory, so Volley Ground, Multi-Attack, Ice Beam, Work Up, and Parting Shot. 244 in HP, 108 in Special Defense, 156 in Speed with a Careful Nature. We have the coverage to hit pretty much everything on his team, if I'm not mistaken. Ice Beam hits the Crocodile, Multi-Attack hits the Jellicent and the Magneton, Ice Beam hits the Fracture, Ice Beam or Multi-Attack hit the Comfy, both hit the Exploud, both hit the Medicham, Ice Beam hits Tangela, Multi-Attack hits Typhlosion, Multi-Attack hits the Anorith, and Ice Beam hits the Electric. We can go for a Work Up. We can also pivot around with Parting Shot as well. With this speed, we outspeed a timid Magneton by 1 point, and we did need a Magneton switch in. So especially defensive Volley Ground was the play for that. That way he doesn't feel free going for any sort of Volt Switches or stuff. We do have, obviously, our Choice Scarf Dugtrio, but that is more so for the speed than it is for the bulk. So having our speed investment is really good, being able to get that extra little bit of bulk back, and then being able to Parting Shot around. You know, if he stays in, depending on how he switches around, we can Parting Shot off into something like, you know, Turtonator. We can Parting Shot off into something like the Whimsicott, the Meloetta, things like that just kind of start going in on the team. So that is it. That is our team builder. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm so excited for this matchup. This team is just so good. I love it. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. If you guys are, show some love on that like button down below. Of course, if you guys are new, feel free to hit that subscribe button as well. All that being said, I want to remind you guys to be great and do great. I'm going to let this outro bang. I'm going to talk to you all soon. Later.